Welcome to another episode of Pickleball Unplugged. This is the preview for the game week 3 that we are starting. We have with us Manoj, the owner of Dasos Dynamos, and we have Sushant as well, the owner of All Stars. Yes, so going into the third week, Manoj is going to play hosts this time. And how has it been so far for you coming into the league, right from the auctions to 2 game weeks and now entering the third, and now that you're going to host it? What do you think were the challenges before, and what do you think is going to be going upfront from here?
No, from the auction day, it's been very exciting the way the auction was conducted, the way we get to choose players, bidding process. It all felt very professional and very. It was a very enjoyable experience as such. The competitive spirit was there right from the auction process. So even though we all know each other, we are fighting to get the best players. As the league started right from challengers till now, where we are actually into the main league. Every team has done an excellent job in terms of how they have put up the players, how they've invested in the practice sessions. It's all showing at the end of the day where it matters the most. So really exciting weeks ahead, and happy to be the host this week. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, did you guys have any strategy going into the auction or something like that that you guys planned with your captain? I think you have Vivek on your panel as a captain, right? Were there any names that you guys thought that we should go for these players, and maybe the dynamics didn't work out to get those players because of your purse and things like that? Was there some strategy or something, some brain put to use over there to get any players?
And just to add to that, I remember we were observing all the teams, we were sitting on the sidelines and observing the teams. And I think Dasos was one of the teams which was conducting themselves in such a professional manner. Every time you got a player that you wanted, it's like everybody was getting up and shaking each other's hands. So it looked from the outside like there was a very structured approach. So was that actually the case? That
the team that sat during the auction, we all met a couple of days before the auction. Went through the entire player pool, and from each different category, we have like a shortlisted list of players that we're going to go in for. The initial confusion that we had or we didn't understand was with the Duper rating. So once you take a higher Duper rating player, your average Duper rating goes down. So then if it has a tie, then you are not the first team to get it. So that was the confusion, which led to us not being able to get a good couple of women players. But then once we adjusted to that, then we kind of narrowed down as to what our strategy has to be, because obviously you didn't get a player in a certain category, then you have to make sure that your other categories are good.
right.
So it's like a dynamic adjustment. As you rightly said, we had a good team of players, good in math, so that they can understand what's happening on the go. And Vivek, obviously, with his experience, was able to tell that, let's focus on this player. There is no other alternative. We have to go in all out for him or her. So in that sense, we were all very involved, and that's what coming. It's a surreal experience for us. My first auction, I've seen many auctions online, but being there in the hot seat, trying to get that player was a different experience altogether.
Yes.
For this event, I would want to ask Sushant also the same thing, because when during the auction particularly, I think your both teams are the only players that did not have women players until the end, right? And you guys were actually fighting for the top players who were available towards the end of the auction. What was your strategy there? Because when I look into your auction sheet, you were left with almost 40,000-50,000 purse.
Right.
And going into auction, you had the best player while you went into the auction with Samir, with the highest of Duper. What was your strategy there? Because so there was a couple of confusions also, I think, during the auction. Initially, you're very conservative in spending money, and then towards the end, when you actually require a player, you went all in for players. And with the Dasos, there as well.
You're very clear. Samir being a captain, obviously he's played tournaments with a lot of people, and he knows a lot of players. So he had a clear idea. I sat with him. And to my friends, Shashank and Brahmani's played for tournaments. Shashank knows some people. So he's been at a couple of auctions. So I had a good group of team at my table. And then I sat with Samir and I asked him, who do you want? I said, you have the highest Duper rating. So we're going to be at a disadvantage in the beginning. Fair enough. The rule works, but we will not get these top players by default. We will not get the first 7 players or something. We will not get, even if you want. So give me multiple options of who you want. So he created a list, and then my only goal was like I gave full freedom to him with regards to the players. How to get them was I was trying to figure it out. But yeah, see, like for example, I think Feroz and Ramya and Niharika, we all bid 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So then we got with the duper rating, we're surely not going to get. So what we did is we kept bidding and let the other person spend 1 lakh. So in that way, there was one strategy.
I think both of you went for Veda, especially, right? I think Veda was a top player who came in a bit late into the auction, and
Veda, Samir wanted at any cost because by then we didn't have any women either. So there was some strategy involved to get Veda.
Yeah, I mean, so it was nice to see you guys compete during the auction also,
Yeah.
because Vivek and Samir have been playing together with doubles for quite some time. So they know their minds as well as who they want together. So there was a bidding war for players in the auction, and now that you're going to play a game together this week, it's going to be very good that your captains know each other very well.
And also we picked a few players from category D, and Samir knew them. Not everybody may have known them because they did not play too many tournaments.
Yeah, somebody like Karunesh.
He wanted Karunesh at any cost. So his category D. So we were waiting for him, and we saved some purse in case someone we wanted to fight and get him.
Okay.
Luckily, no one fought for him.
Yes.
We got him, but out of maybe 8 or 9 of the players that he wanted, we got.
So what did you do with the 40,000 runs left out?
Thought we could use it for some strategy for replacement and all, but apparently you cannot use it. So I don't know. We'll have a party for our team. Hopefully we win.
Cool. That being said, let us talk about the 2 game weeks that were already done, right? So when I look into your team, you played with Mavericks the first game, which was very close, and which you couldn't get a win. But game week 2 was an outright walk away from whatever you guys had. So you lost 4-2 in the first game, and you won 4-2 in the second fixture, right? What takeaways did you get from the 2 games?
First team, Samir also said Mavericks is a very, very tough team. They're a very well-balanced team. They have Feroz and Ramya as women players, and they have very balanced doubles teams as well.
No, Mavericks is not Feroz and Ramya.
Sorry, that was the negative one. But Satvika was there. So he said this will be a tough one. So we took a call and we made Karunesh play singles, and then Samir played 2 doubles. So it worked out in some sense where Samir could play mixed double, Karunesh won. Those 2 were the games that we won.
Yes.
But the other 2, there was Veda. She was up, I think 12-6.
6 points.
Yeah,
6, and it didn't work out for us. And there were 2 match points in the doubles.
Yeah.
There were Team Karunesh.
There was some controversy over there.
So it would be very close to being 4-2 or 3-all also.
Yeah.
But having said that, Mavericks is an amazing team. And so we know that if we can get so close to Mavericks, then we have a shot at beating anyone.
Yeah.
So the next one was 4-2. We were pushing for 5-1, but it was 4-2. But I think the change there was Veda being able to overcome her first thing and beat Feroz. She was few points down, but she beat Feroz because that was a tough game. I mean, it's tough to beat Feroz from what I've heard.
Absolutely.
And congrats on your win that you got some
Yeah,
sort of the table.
so like
Yes.
there are a bunch of teams that won all. So it's evening out. It's evening out, and some people lost with Dream Breaker, so they'll be on top of us on the table. So it's still number 5, I think. But we're back to winning.
Yeah. And that question comes to you, Manoj. Your first win was you were on deficit 3-1, came back to make it 3-all, then won the Dream Breaker hands down without any competition. It was a straight off win. And then coming into game 2 against Titans, you're very fidgety, change the team combinations, and it quite didn't work out. Was there something that you guys planned for it, or you just wanted to go with a different strategy because depending on the opponents?
Dude, after the game, week 1, Vivek wanted to experiment a few combinations as such. So that was the main reason why you have seen that. I would not say that combination didn't work out. The synergy wasn't there. That's what we felt. All the players are equally capable of delivering, but again, at the court, at that point, and when you're playing out that point, things not always go according to what you think about it. So everybody were quite upset after that. Even yesterday when we were having our practice session, Vikram and Siddharth Alapati were saying, I should have done this in this point. I would have done this in that point. I was like, guys, we can talk about all this. It's fine. You have to move on, let it go, and focus on the games ahead.
Right.
A win teaches you something, but a loss teaches you much more than that, right? So
That's true.
So you have to understand that and just move on, adjust your game style a bit, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a couple of issues where people are saying, the court surfaces are not the same where you practice versus where you play. So we've always had our practice at kitchen because we initially wanted to host our match at kitchen. So practice is also there. The courts are faster, so it's like a home ground advantage for us. But now we are playing at reserve where the courts are a little bit slower.
Right.
So now the practice is also adjusted accordingly. Now we are not playing at kitchen, we are playing at somewhere else so that it matches the pace of that court.
Right.
So this might be like a small things, but all of this add up in the at the game, right? It's in the mindset. It's also in your game style, the way you move around. All these things changes depending on how it is. So again, season 1, game week 2. So it's a learning curve for everyone, I would say.
Absolutely. I think you guys had a contrasting experience, right? Where you sort of first game didn't go in your favor, but the second did. Whereas for you, you started off with a bang and the second not so much. So, and that brings us to, the third week of HPL where you guys are going to be facing off each other.
And we are hosting as well.
Yeah.
So there's going to be hosting pressure. So the thing is, we saw it on the first week with Kirti Warriors. As in, they had 300, 400 people come down and they couldn't take in the heat over there with so many people supporting them and they couldn't deliver. Same thing happened with Nandi Chargers. As in, a team which starts off very well, very strong start off, they actually faced 2 losses. And it was something that it's because of just pressure there. There were 200, 250 people there and they just couldn't. They somehow scraped through. They made it easier for you so that there is no host curse that was there, but they won. They just scraped through. Maybe the Dream Breaker was a very solid, tight Dream Breaker, which went on till 1 a.m. So now that you are playing hosts, do you think there is pressure on you?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't mean that you are hosting it. There's a host pressure. The pressure is there as such for the games because you're playing for the league, you're playing for a team. So that pressure of playing itself is there. It doesn't matter if you're hosting or not. Hosting pressure we have because we have to take care of guests also. Otherwise, you can focus on the team as such.
There is pressure of
Bonus. Yeah. So we need
and also delivering for people who have come to cheer for.
Because this is also a sport which is picking up right now in India.
Yes.
So most of the people who come to say that, Manoj as a team, let's go support him.
Right.
But when they're playing out the point for you to understand what's happening, a lot of questions come up like why this is happening like this, what is the rule for this and all that.
Right.
So explaining that, making them understand the game so that they can support better. So we as hosts have pressure more than the players. But yeah, I think you should take it, you should play out the point, you should play out the game, not worry about what's happening around you. That's what a good athlete always does. So I think that should be the mindset into the game.
Okay. And obviously, I mean, we're going to guess what the answers are going to be because you are obviously, you own these teams. But realistically, let's sort of dive into what are the potential, combinations we're looking at and who is going to emerge the winner currently according to you, how you sort of...
It's precisely the point what Vivek called me before the podcast to avoid.
Do not
tell it.
Did Samir tell you the same?
I won't say it anyway. He doesn't need to tell me.
Okay. Let's not get into combinations. But what do you think will be the score line?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing is because there are friends in his team. Like I've played with Vivek, I've played with Vikram. We play a lot. So most of the time, along with friends in other team, most of the time when we are not playing, we support their games. Okay. So I told Vikram and Vivek, this one time I cannot support you guys.
So some banter, what do you think will be the score line?
Yeah.
Ideally, I want it to be 3-all and then we go all the way, make it interesting for everyone. That's what I look at it.
That's from the neutral point of view. But do you want it to go to 3-all?
No, I am honestly saying I want it to be like that.
Oh,
That has to be nail biting. It has to be that experience. Don't want it to be like a one-sided affair.
Yeah.
It should be even, and both teams have to put in their best and go all the way. Not
What
just
you
in-
think, Sushant?
There's one time, yeah, Dream Breaker would be definitely tough, but if you ask me what I want, I would say I hope to win 4-2.
Okay. Also, now that you want a dream breaker, do you think your team is stronger than theirs in the dream breaker?
Well, we've already been in that situation once, so I feel, I think we should. They should know that they've done it before, so they can do it again.
Yes. So just to dive into that, right? Because I'm from the Raptors, and so the first game breaker that you had with us, and you had a sweeping win on that front. But there's something that we did slightly wrong with our strategy, where we sort of kept all the strong players in the second half, which completely gave you all the momentum in the beginning. So, not to take away from that win, but when it comes to an all-stars, the experience is going to be very different,
Yeah.
right? Their lineup they have a lot more singles player on their teams there. And, Samir is one of the best. He is currently India number 3, etc. So, given that combination, do you still think that there is a good chance that, Dasos will take that? Or do you think it would be higher pressure and maybe, let's talk percentages. What do you think?
No, it is definitely going to be pressure. I'm not taking anything away from Samir. Samir is a really good player.
Yes.
At one point, we wanted to sponsor him as a player as well outside the league as such. So nothing, no things taken away from him.
Right.
But again, that you have to place these games. You have to play these games and win to call yourself a champion.
Correct.
So that should be the mindset.
Yeah.
And yes, we have to face these opponents. We have to plan as to how you're going to face these opponents.
Right.
Who would be the right match against him? It doesn't matter if he's a high-rated player or not, but somebody who can understand the opponent's play style and adjust accordingly.
Correct.
At that point of time, he might have a better advantage than somebody who's even more skilled than him.
Right.
So these are some things that we are discussing as of now. Nothing's finalized yet for me to give you any answers as such.
Yeah. Yeah.
This meeting is supposed to happen tomorrow. So
Okay.
yeah, let's see what will happen. I'm excited for the week.
That's
I
amazing.
think the duper rating rule, and they took the doubles duper rating instead of singles duper rating because not many people have played singles.
Yeah.
The auction, I think that was a pretty good rule. I mean, it's not super accurate because some people have played with very good players, their duper ratings are
Yeah.
but it's fair enough for the selection, I feel.
Yeah.
Which is why all teams are competitive.
Yeah.
So when we play them, we have to evaluate each player in the team and figure out because everyone has some strong players.
Exactly.
It's not like no team is like, okay, gunshot, they're going to win. On your day, you have to have a good day and you have to think of strategy. You cannot take it lightly. You cannot take the team lightly at all just because we have because it's 10 players. And,
But Sushant, also on that note, right? So, I mean, Manoj has shared with us his perspective of the game breaker. You said you'd hope for a 4-2. So, what are some of it's not the combinations itself, but which are the categories which you're considering?
Samir is very excited about a dream breaker, but because he feels
You guys have the advantage.
his team has a good shot at a dream breaker. But I don't want to take it there. If it happens, Samir, that's the only reason. It's like I'm not saying we are going to win 4 times. I'm hoping to win 4 times.
Right. But do you see some of the categories that, okay, these categories that are given? Because you know your players and you know the...
Like you were talking about
opponent.
fairness, right?
Yeah.
So you think that there are a couple of people in your team who can give you sure shot wins? Like who do you think?
You're asking for my combination.
Point. Okay. Okay, that being said, I think we've got most of the content for this particular week. Because we are getting you the first time onto the panel for the interviews or for the podcasts, we usually ask others as well. Who do you think will finish in the top 4 by the end of the season?
Oh boy.
All stars for sure. That's I'd say. I mean, if not, at least hope for it. Let's see. Mavericks.
Okay.
They will be in the top 4. They've already won 2.
Yeah.
Dasos has a good chance to be in the top 4.
Okay.
Nandi Chargers.
Okay. And who do you think will finish last?
I think Kirti Warriors are having a tough time balancing.
Yeah, but now the thing, there are a lot of trades that are going to come
Yeah,
in.
so I
And
think
they have-
that may even it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you, I might be wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. But as of now,
The Kirti
they
Warriors.
have replacements and everything.
Yeah.
It's,
Cool.
Fair enough.
Manoj, I have asked the same question to you. Your top 4, please.
Based on the current 2 weeks of play, what I have seen, want my team to be there. All Stars has a short chance. Mavericks. One thing is, I want it to be like a dream run for Kirti Warriors. Also, my friends across the board. So, yeah, maybe Kirti Warriors, or maybe coming to the last part of the question, looking at what has happened, they could also be the last.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Right.
the Starry Smashers is another team that I'm looking at. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the top 4.
top 4. Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. That's a very interesting perspective.
Yeah.
So now, in fact, just to sort of elaborate on that a little bit, now it's week 2 and the league has opened up an opportunity to replace some of the players, right? So given that everybody went into the auction with a certain strategy, which not necessarily you were able to achieve 100% because of multiple dynamics, is this something that you're going to leverage? Or, are you approaching it as, okay, no, I picked my players, I'm going to stick with them through and through? How are you guys approaching this opportunity to replace some of the players?
we are being flexible. There is a possibility.
Okay.
There's a deadline till 12. I think the toughest part is if it happens, conveying to the players, because everyone has given their best. So I would say, guys, if any replacements happen, is whether availability or the combination that's working out, or for whatever strategy, I hope you understand, because there are times where I played CCL where I sat out. So I understand. So, but yeah, it is very possible, because we, whatever to win.
Yeah.
It's not anyone's
Very-
fault.
Yeah.
But just the right combination.
And do you think that this is a decision you've come to after observing 2 weeks of gameplay? Or is it that there was something in the auction that didn't work out, which now you have an opportunity to correct?
Or maybe both
Yeah.
challengers think that played something,
Yeah.
because we did not know how these people are going to play. But once they performed on challengers,
Right.
you thought these people they might fit into our team.
Right.
And you thought maybe this person might fit into my team, and you can probably get him into your team.
I think a bit of both. A bit of both of our auction saying that you need a little more flexibility to choose our combinations.
Right.
That we feel maybe we need a little more flexibility. And yeah, if someone's played very well in the challenges, give them a shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think yours is the only team which has only 2 women, if I'm not wrong. That's correct,
There are a
right?
couple of other teams. I think 5 teams have 3 women. 3 have 2 women.
You have 2 women.
Yeah, 3 teams have 2 women, I think. I thought that's what I saw.
Probably the people who are playing, but they have a backup.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've picked up, I think all of the teams have picked
They
up
have a backup.
3 women, and that's maybe,
So
what
then,
they-
so then we probably will pick up.
another woman. Because you were talking about flexibility. I feel a lot.
I wanted to keep it vague, but since you, but the point still like,
These are, observations that you can sort of.
it would be nice.
So when we were looking into each team's perspective, when we were actually analyzing teams initially in our initial podcasts, what flaw we saw in All Stars was you have only one 35+ player, and you have only 2 women. So you cannot do replacements. So just in case somebody's not available or somebody gets injured,
Right.
you are going to just throw away a particular game, right?
Yeah.
That is something that we thought is something needs to be fixed in your team.
Right.
So is the strategy going to be something on those lines as well?
We'll fix it.
Okay, we will not go beyond that on this. I think you've given us a good piece of the information. But coming to that aspect with you as well, Manoj. So are there certain aspects that you want to sort of, use this opportunity for? And was it something that you're trying to correct for something that didn't work out in the auction? Or is it going to be a result of how you've observed the last 2 weeks?
So we are taking this opportunity to do some replacements,
Okay.
and something I can share with you. Mostly it is to do with player combinations and what we observed during the practice. I would not say per se with the auction process. We're quite happy with what players we have got. So the only reason for the change would be the the progress we have seen over the last 2 months, right?
Yeah.
With the challenges, with the practice that is going on.
Right.
Where certain things, obviously, when you at the auction, you don't know these things. But once it's on the field at the time of play, you understand it.
Right.
So our decisions are purely based on that.
Of course.
And as Sushant rightly said, the team has to come first before anyone else. So whatever we do, it's in the best interest of the team. Nothing against the player or players that are going to get replaced at this point.
Right.
So and that's what I want to say about it. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And one question, if we can, sort of get honest responses to is, what do you think are realistically, right? Like, if you for a second keep aside the fact that you're an owner of this team, which I understand you cannot keep aside because we're all going to hear this podcast, but if you were to keep that aside for a second, what do you think realistically is the probability percentage-wise of a Dynamos winning against an All-Stars? And the same question for you, if you can go first.
60%.
60%. Okay.
Realistically.
Realistically. Fair.
I would say same 60-40.
So we're giving safe answer. Fair enough. We're friends at the end of the day. We have to be.
No, it's also that we know the players. That's the problem is you cannot rule out somebody when you know the potential,
Correct,
right? So
Correct.
back of the mind, you have it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think we can wind up on that note.
Yeah.
Congratulations for your wins respectively, and good luck for your game.
Thank
you. And Manoj playing hosts.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try to do our best.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.